Got a late-night call from the hospital. They needed next of kin for my husband. When I arrived, the doctor asked, "Are you his wife or his girlfriend?" Confused, I said, "His wife." The doctor frowned and said, "That's strange. His girlfriend just left." I was half asleep when my phone rang. The caller ID displayed St. Luke's Medical Center. My heart skipped a beat. A nurse's voice crackled, "Mrs. Santiago? Your husband, Miguel, has been admitted. He's stable now, but we need you to come in." I threw on a hoodie over my pajamas, grabbed my keys, and hailed a taxi. The city's neon lights blurred past as I tried to steady my breathing. Upon arrival, a young doctor approached me in the waiting area. "Are you his wife or his girlfriend?" she asked, clipboard in hand. I blinked. "I'm his wife." She frowned. "That's strange. His girlfriend just left." The room spun. "Girlfriend?" "Yes, she was here earlier. She said she was his partner." I felt the blood drain from my face. Miguel and I had been married for 15 years. He worked as an architect, often pulling late nights. I trusted him implicitly. I sat beside his hospital bed, watching him sleep. His phone buzzed on the table. A message preview flashed. "Can't believe this happened. Call me when you can. Carla." I opened his phone. Messages from Carla flooded the screen. "Last night was amazing. I miss you. Your wife won't find out." I felt like I was drowning. When Miguel woke up, he looked surprised to see me. "Anna? What are you doing here?" "The hospital called me. I'm your wife, remember?" He looked away. "I didn't want you to find out like this." "How long, Miguel?" He sighed. "A year." "A year?" "While I was home, taking care of our kids, you were with her." He nodded, tears forming. I left the hospital, my mind racing. Back home, I packed a bag and took our children to my sister's place. The next day, I filed for legal separation. Miguel tried to apologize, but the damage was done. I later learned that Carla was a colleague from his firm. They had been traveling together for projects. It's been 6 months. The kids and I have settled into a new routine. Therapy sessions have helped us heal. I found a job as a freelance writer, sharing my story to help others. Infidelity isn't just a betrayal, it's a shattering of trust. But from the rubble, we can rebuild. To anyone going through this, you're not alone. I didn't sleep the night after I left the hospital. My kids were asleep at my sister's house, and I was just sitting there on her couch staring at nothing, trying to process everything. Miguel cheated on me for a year. A year. And I had no clue. I kept thinking back to every late night, every out-of-town trip, every time he said he was too tired to talk. I felt like a fool. The next morning, I went back to our house while Miguel was still in the hospital. I needed to get some documents, clothes, stuff for the kids. When I opened the door, the first thing I noticed was the smell. Perfume. Something floral and expensive. It wasn't mine. It was subtle, but I knew my house. That scent didn't belong. I walked into our bedroom, and something felt wrong. I opened Miguel's drawer, and there was a bracelet silver with a little heart charm. I'd never seen it before. I wasn't even surprised anymore. It was just confirmation. She'd been here. She'd been in my home. While packing, I found a receipt in one of his pants pockets. A hotel stay last week, just 3 days before he landed in the hospital. He told me he was in Cebu for work. The hotel was in Tagaytay. I called the hotel. I gave the booking name. I pretended I was his assistant. They confirmed a 2-person booking. I didn't ask for more. I didn't need to. My hands were shaking when I hung up. That night, Miguel called me from the hospital. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice weak. "I messed up." I didn't say anything. "She meant nothing," he continued. "Don't lie. You brought her to our home. You slept with her while I was making dinner for your kids. You lied to my face every single day." He started crying. I stayed quiet. Then he said something I didn't expect. "She's pregnant." My chest went cold. I dropped the phone. When I finally picked it up, he was still on the line. "I didn't know until last week. She told me. I was going to end it. That's why I was in Tagaytay. I wanted to tell her it was over." "And you slept with her again?" I asked. "I didn't mean to." That line. "I didn't mean to." Like cheating was something that just happened, like slipping on a wet floor. The next few days were a blur. My sister tried to talk to me about moving on, but I was stuck. I couldn't stop thinking about her. Carla. What did she look like? What did she have that I didn't? Why did he choose her? Then something strange happened. One of Miguel's coworkers, Renzo, messaged me on Facebook. I barely knew him, but I accepted the message out of curiosity. He said, "I know it's not my place, but you deserve to know the truth. Carla knew he was married. She used to brag about it. She even showed us your family pictures once. Said she was winning. Everyone in the office knew. We didn't say anything. We were scared. I wanted to scream. They all knew. And no one told me. Then Renzo said something else. She's not pregnant. She lied to trap him. It's all a game to her. I felt sick. I wanted to confront her, but I didn't even know what I'd say. Stay away from my husband? He wasn't mine anymore. A week later, Miguel was discharged from the hospital. He called, asked if we could talk in person. I agreed, but I wasn't doing it for him. I needed to see him. I needed to look him in the eye. We met at a cafe. He looked thinner, tired. His voice was quiet. He said he'd ended things with Carla. He said he was planning to cut her off for good. He wanted to come home. I laughed. He looked shocked. You think you can come back? Just like that. I made a mistake, he said. I want to fix it. You made a choice. Over and over. That wasn't a mistake. He sat there, silent. I got up and left. But the story didn't end there. 2 days later, Carla showed up. She came to my sister's house. She knocked on the gate. I was in the kitchen, and my niece came running and saying, Tita, there's a pretty lady at the gate. I walked out and saw her. Long hair, red lips, dressed like she came out of a magazine. She looked at me like I was the intruder. I'm sorry, she said. I just wanted to talk. What the hell do you want? I asked. I just think you should know Miguel isn't telling you everything. I felt my stomach drop again. What now? She smiled. I'm not the only one. My head spun. He's been with more than just me. 2 others that I know of. One from Cebu. One from here in Manila. I found out last month. That's why I lied about the baby. I wanted him to choose me. I wanted to scream. Or cry. Or hit her. But I didn't do anything. I just walked back inside and locked the door. Now I'm not even sure what's real anymore. He didn't just cheat. He lived a double life. Maybe even more than 2. And the worst part? I still don't know what else I'll find. There's more to this story, and I know it's coming. I can feel it. A week after Carla showed up at my sister's house, I started getting anonymous emails. No subject lines. Just photos. The first one was Miguel with another woman at some beach resort I didn't recognize. They looked close. His hand was on her waist. The timestamp was from over a year ago, while I was at home, sick with dengue, taking care of our youngest by myself. I stared at the photo for a long time. My body went numb. Then I got a second email. Another photo. A different woman this time. This one looked younger, maybe in her mid-20s. She was leaning against his car, my car, the one I drive the kids in. Smiling like she belonged there. I didn't respond. I didn't know who sent them, but they kept coming. There were 6 emails total. For different women. All photos of Miguel looking like a man I didn't know. Then the 7th email hit. It wasn't a photo. It was a video. I hesitated, but I pressed play. It was Miguel, in his office. He was talking to someone off camera. I don't care about Anna, he said, laughing. She's too boring. All she does is take care of the house, the kids. I need someone who's fun. Someone exciting. The voice off camera laughed too. A woman. He continued, she'll never leave. She needs me. I stopped the video. I couldn't breathe. This wasn't just cheating. This was contempt. This was someone who truly thought I was worthless. Someone who never respected me, even after 15 years of marriage. I started to wonder if Carla sent the emails, but then I remembered what she said. She thought she was the only one. And she looked shocked when she told me there were more. No, it wasn't her. Then my cousin Joy called. You okay? She asked. I heard what happened from my friend Mara. She works at the law office near Miguel's firm. Yeah, I said. I'm trying. She hesitated. You might want to sit down. I sat. Remember that girl from the barangay pageant last year? The one Miguel sponsored? I did. Her name was V. She was maybe 19. Sweet. Shy. She filed a complaint. A month ago. Against Miguel. She says he coerced her. Promised her money, a job. It's ugly. My hands started shaking. Why didn't anyone tell me? She was scared. Her mom is trying to keep it quiet. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This wasn't just infidelity anymore. This was manipulation. Abuse of power. Exploitation. Suddenly, everything was different. This wasn't just about me anymore. There were others. Younger. More vulnerable. Girls who didn't have the power to fight back. I went to the barangay hall to check. I didn't want to believe it, but it was there filed under her name. BL. Santos versus Miguel D. Santiago. No media. No follow-up. Quietly buried. I left the office and sat in my car for almost an hour. Later that night, Miguel called again. He'd been trying to reach me ever since I walked out of the cafe. I hadn't answered. but now I wanted to hear his voice. I picked up. Anna, he said. Please. Just give me a chance to make this right. You knew she was 19, I said. Didn't you? Silence. She trusted you. Still silence. Do you know what you've done? I didn't mean, stop saying that. I hung up. The next morning, I got served with papers. Miguel was filing for joint custody. Joint custody. After everything. After lying, cheating, manipulating, and God knows what else, he thought he still deserved to be around our kids. My lawyer said we could fight it. And I would. But deep down, I knew this wasn't just a court battle. This was a war. One I didn't start, but one I'd finish. Because now, it wasn't about saving my marriage. It was about saving myself. And making sure he never hurt anyone else again. But I had no idea what was coming next. 2 weeks after the custody papers arrived, I decided I couldn't wait anymore. I needed to confront Miguel. Not over the phone. Not in a lawyer's office. Face to face. I needed him to see my eyes when I told him everything I knew. I messaged him, let's meet. One last time. At Mom's old house. It was neutral ground. Empty. Quiet. Familiar. It was where we used to have family lunches. Birthdays. Laughter. He replied almost instantly. Okay. I arrived first. The air was heavy. I sat in the living room on the old wooden bench, the same one we sat on the day he told me he wanted to marry me. He came in wearing that same black polo he wore on our last anniversary. Like that would soften me. I didn't waste time. I know about B. He froze. Didn't speak. I know about the other women. The hotel. The emails. The video. Still nothing. Then I pulled out a flash drive and plugged it into the laptop I brought. I pressed play. His voice echoed in the empty room. She'll never leave. She needs me. He looked away. His hands trembled. You disgust me, I said, keeping my voice steady. You didn't just betray me. You used people. Manipulated them. Took their trust and turned it into something sick. He opened his mouth, but I wasn't done. You lied to me. For years. And don't tell me it was a mistake. You planned this. You built it. You enjoyed it. He stood up suddenly, pacing. What do you want me to say, Anna? That I'm a monster? Fine. I am. I know I am. So why fight for custody? Because I still love my kids. You love yourself. Then his voice rose. I was drowning. You don't get it. Every day I came home to silence. You were always tired. Always busy. You stopped seeing me. I stood up too. You don't get to blame me for your affair. For 4 affairs. For manipulating a teenager. Silence. Just breathing. He sat back down, broken. Then came the twist I didn't expect. I tried to stop it, he whispered. I tried to stop seeing them. I even went to therapy. But it was like something in me was broken. I didn't know how to be good anymore. That's not an excuse, I said quietly. I know. He started crying. Not silent tears. Ugly, loud sobs. I just sat there, watching. No pity. Just emptiness. Then came another voice. From the open window. You should be ashamed. It was my sister. She'd come to check on me. Heard everything. She walked inside, straight to him. You used my sister. You humiliated her. And you think you can cry your way out. He looked up at her, wiped his eyes. I'm sorry. She slapped him. Hard. He didn't move. Then she turned to me. Let's go. I nodded. We walked out, left him sitting there in the silence he'd created. That night, I cried harder than I ever had. Not because I missed him, but because I finally let it all go. The pretending. The doubt. The pain. It all poured out. The next week in court, he didn't fight. He gave up the claim for joint custody. My lawyer said it was probably advice from his new legal team, avoid more damage. But I think it was guilt. After everything, I saw him one more time. It was at our son's school play. He stood at the back, alone. When our son finished his part and the clapping started, Miguel tried to wave. Our son didn't wave back. I looked over at him. He looked older, smaller, and I felt nothing. No hate, no love, just nothing. People tell me I'm strong, that I survived. But here's the truth. I didn't want to survive this. I wanted to be happy, whole, unbroken. Instead, I'm learning how to build a life from ashes. Some days I'm okay. Some days I hate everything, but I keep going. I'm not sure I believe in love anymore. Not in the way I used to. But I believe in peace. I believe in starting over. I never took Miguel back. We co-parent quietly now, exchanging messages about school fees and schedules. But the marriage is over. So is the illusion. I'm no longer the woman who believed love meant sacrifice at any cost. I'm rebuilding. Brick by brick. And this time, I won't be the only one carrying the weight.